I learned very early in the game that, we could train people, we could give people understanding, we could give them knowledge, we could give them skills, but if we went back 3 months, 6 months later, we found that an awful lot of what we had taught was either not being retained or was not being applied back on the job. By embedding learning in doing, that not only did people learn quicker, acquire skills more readily, and also the level of what we would call assimilation, the taking in of the learning, was accomplished much more easily. But in addition, both retention and transfer were improved. In formal simulation, in the kinds of simulations we do at university or we do in corporate environments, we basically create models. And a model basically means that we're going to compress reality. We'll compress reality in any number of ways. But typically we compress time, and we compress space, and we simplify complexities. When we do that, when we simplify and compress, we allow people to learn in kind of a, I guess I would call it in a compressed mode. In a simulation, we compress time. So we're able to discern the value or the dysfunction of a behavior very, very, very quickly. And what that allows us to do is to engage in one of the key processes of learning. And a key process of learning, particularly the kind of learning we're talking about. The distinction would be, we're not talking about school learning, where I would know it so I could pass an exam. We're talking about practical corporate learning, where I'm learning it so I can apply it, so I can create an advantage in this organization. Okay, that kind of learning can happen very quickly because of the compression. I can take an action, and I can see the ramifications of that action. And then I quickly move into a very profound learning process, which is called the detection and correction of error. It sounds simple, but it's the heart of the kind of learning we want people to do in corporations. We want them to be able to boldly take action, do something, but see how it works, and then learn from how it works, and then adjust. If we were going to talk about the simplest process of quality, or the simplest process of Kaizen, or the simplest process of process and business improvement, it's the process of having the freedom to try something, to quickly see its results, and then to correct. In other words, the detection and correction of error. And that's one of the hearts, or one of the kind of the foundations of simulation that makes it so valuable in corporate settings. In a simulation, even though it's a game, there is something which I call, or which has been called, the willing suspension of disbelief. We forget that it's a game, and we begin to play because we want to win. And this seems to be an almost hardwired event in human beings. We start to play the game, and we say, wow, I want to win. And as soon as you get into that state of wanting to win, you hit an obstacle. And the obstacle is, but I don't know how to do that process, or I don't know how to make that decision. So these obstacles become the triggers for the learning. I'll learn that. I need to know that. I'll learn it. I'll master it. I want to get to it so I can do it really quickly and really effectively. It is the antithesis of the kind of learning we traditionally see in classrooms, where an instructor who knows and wants to impart information shares knowledge, and the students basically say, okay, well, I'll try to take that in. The difference is in this level of desire, motivation. I want it. I need to know. And when you need to know, the ability to learn increases rapidly.